Welcome everybody to MFC Group's FasTech seminar series hosted by FH Sales and Mel Foster. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your day. Today we're featuring power conversion solutions with advanced energy. Our speakers for this seminar are Connor Gorman and Emmy Lopez. Connor has been a regional sales manager with Advanced Energy for 2 years, and he covers the Rockies and the Plains Midwest region. Emmy is a field application engineer for Advanced Energy, and previous to her current position, Emmy designed power supplies for 21 years. Everyone's muted, so if you have any questions this morning, please type them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. And then please stick around to the end. We are going to have some fun trivia, and you have the chance to win a prize. And just a quick disclaimer, if you're not allowed to accept prizes, that's totally fine. You can still participate and just have some fun with us. So with that, I will turn it over to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when that's pulled up.
We can see it.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, thank you for the time today. So we're going to be giving an overview of Advanced Energy, pretty broad audience today. So we want to keep it high level, want to make sure you walk away with an understanding of who Advanced Energy is and how we can work together. So definitely some new faces here, some faces that we've already met. So some of this might be recap, but some of this might be really educational for you and new. So looking forward to working together. Yeah, as Amanda said, please type in any questions that you may have in the chat and we can address it at the end. Thank you. Okay, already kind of went through the introductions. My name's Connor Gorman. I'm the regional sales manager. And then with me, I'll let Emmy introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Emmy Lopez. I'm the field applications engineer. I'm based here in Chicago. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Okay, so who is Advanced Energy? So we're a company that was founded in 1981. We're about a 1.6 or 1.7 billion-dollar company, and we have 12,000 employees, headquartered in Denver, which is actually where I'm located. But I cover the kind of central region there. We're focused on a lot of different markets, which I'll get into some details on. Historically, the Advanced Energy name has been, focused on semiconductors, but we've made a really strong focus on the industrial, medical, data center, computing, and telecom and networking markets as well, as we've been, spending a lot of money on R&D as well as acquisitions in those markets. So talking through those acquisitions, as you can see from 2014, we've made, a significant number of acquisitions. And these are all really to make us really competitive within the industrial medical markets. So there might be some names you recognize, might be some new names. Really, it's under the Advanced Energy umbrella now moving forward. So that makes Emmy and I's job really fun to make sure that everybody's aware of who Advanced Energy is and kind of the entities or product lines that we have within it. So some of these that I'll mention is Artisan. We'll be going through some products within that. SL Power we acquired 2 years ago. And the reason why I wanted to mention these is because Artisan also went by Aztec, and Emerson, and then SL Power went as Concor. So we could have separate subtrees here, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. So we'll be going through from a high level what our portfolio looks like, and really how we consolidated all these different products into what we consider a really broad portfolio to hit the market. Awesome. So I wanted to go through sort of our mission. So first off, we are the number one or number two leaders in the markets that we serve. So in industrial, medical, as well as those other markets that I mentioned too. 70% of our products are proprietary solutions for our customers. So that's what makes these types of conversations so important. We want to learn from you what your needs are and provide solutions. So Hopefully this conversation leads to, additional conversations, and you can present us what you need. And we can look at our portfolio, see if we have something off the shelf, but also look at doing modifications if needed. Last, I wanted to mention, we have 40 years of power supply experience, so we're well versed in the markets, and we've been, engineering power products according to needs that we see in the markets that we serve for 40 years now. Some of our support structure I wanted to cover is, obviously, you know me, I'm the RSM. We have local sales reps as well, some of which are on the call, who are really going to be your first line of contact. And then you also have field applications support. Emmy is on the phone here. So I think that gives you really strong support. You have multiple people to go to depending on what the need is. On top of that, we also have what's called our customer experience centers. One of which is located in Sharon, Massachusetts, and we actually hope to continue to expand on these. One, we're considering potentially building out additional experience centers in the central region. So what these are is it's chambers that we have that's really just free of charge for our customers, where we can test your solutions with our power supplies, do pre-compliance thermal or EMC testing, or we can use it for troubleshooting, or if we're doing some kind of modification, we can use it for testing. So really just services that we have available for our customers that's free of charge. Also, we have our support center in China. This is 24/7 technical support center. So if Emmy and I are sleeping and we can't get you answers on any technical questions that you have, you could always go there, and we can get you, your answers quickly. Awesome. So next, we're going to start diving into our portfolio, and I will pass it to Emmy to go through this.
Thank you, Connor. So as Connor mentioned earlier, Advanced Energy has really broad power portfolio with output power ranging from 3 watts up to 3 megawatts and going up. So we do have AC/DCs, bulk power, configurables, and externals, and also DC/DCs, isolated, non-isolated, low voltage, and high voltage. Next slide, please, Connor. Aside from those shown earlier, from the acquired technologies highlighted by Connor in the previous slides, we also have standard configurables, but please do note that if anything you don't see from our website, we take pride in also doing modifications from our standards and also value add capabilities.
Awesome. Yeah, so just wanted to spend a little bit more time on this. We actually, advancedenergy.com we finally revamped this last year. So I encourage you to spend time on the website. And what it is now, it's consolidated all of our standard products into one web page, which took a little longer than we would have liked, but all of those different product lines that we went through earlier are now on that web page. But it's really important to note that, yeah, if you're not seeing something, off the shelf that is completely meeting what you need here, we want to have those conversations. So please reach out to your sales rep, reach out to us, and, we want to understand what your needs are. And we're willing to look at some modifications, doing some value add type work, and in some cases doing some custom type power supplies. So how we're structured as a company, we have engineering resources ready to do this type of work. So whatever the need may be, we're hoping we can suit it. And those conversations also allow us to continue to invest in R&D and continue to build out our standard products for the future. So next, Emmy's going to go through a couple examples of some modifications or value add type work that we have done.
Yeah, so doing modifications on our existing standard products would help our customers also to get faster time to market. So Few of those modifications indicated here involve firmware changes, wherein we could have adjustable constant current profile, output sequencing, and additional signals like ACOK, DCOK, fan fail signal monitoring. And then we can also do hardware changes to meet extended hold up time requirements, low noise fans. So aside from electrical changes, there are also mechanical changes that we have done in the past projects, which may involve changing connectors, as simple as that, and also putting power supplies inside enclosures. And also, if you do have requirements for different communication protocols, we do have modules for Ethernet, Modbus, CAN bus, and I2C communications.
Awesome. Just one more thing to note here is, you may be aware, but we do have value add distributor partners as well. And actually, we really complement each other well. So there's some things that they're able to do that we're not, and that we're able to do that they're not. So once again, continue to talk to us on what you might need. And through ourselves, our value add distribution partners, I think we're confident we're going to be able to provide some solutions here. So, okay. So, Emmy, you want to go through this snapshot? Maybe you can kind of go through each block here and
Yeah.
talk through a snapshot of what we got.
So this is a quick cheat sheet for you, just a quick representation of the broad portfolio of advanced energy. So we do have modular configurable power supplies with different output voltages. From the modules you can put in together, you can connect them in parallel and series depending on the output requirements. And then we do have bulk power, forced air, convection cooled, and conduction cooled. And aside from that, we do have externals, the adapters, open frames from 2x4, 4x6, just let us know. DIN rail also solutions. And then for our DC-DCs, we do have high voltage specific for medical applications ranging from up to uh, 250 watts, 60 kilovolts right now. And then our go-to DC-DC modules. So then again, if you don't see anything from here, please feel free to contact Mel Foster and FH, and we'll be glad to work with you.
Awesome. Okay, so next we want to spend some time on, some focused applications for advanced energy. And, just keep in mind, this is not everything where we're focused, but we have been investing significantly on our medical and industrial business units. Historically, these were actually, one business unit, but we separated them, and we've been hiring resources into, engineering as well as, marketing resources within our business unit for each of these product lines. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time on that. But once again, keep in mind, we suit, many different markets outside of this. So the way that we look at the medical market is we actually kind of separate this into 5 different submarkets, if you will: electrosurgery, imaging, patient monitoring, laser, and life sciences. So as a company, we have dedicated system experts within all of those different submarkets. And we have built out, power supplies that we think fit those, the different types of products within those markets, whether it be ablation. We've been, investing a lot in ablation type power supplies, whether it be something as simple as just a, AC to DC power supply, all the way to, kind of AC to DC glorified power supply generator type, solutions. And then within imaging, you've got like ultrasound type products, MRI, patient monitoring, dialysis type things, and then lasers. We see a lot of high voltage there, so we have a lot of DC to DC options for that. And then finally, life sciences like diagnostic type solutions. So this is a little bit of a snapshot of really the different areas that we think we excel within the medical industry. So obviously, if you have some designs going on within these types of products, let us know, and we're happy to work together. And we're hoping that we can really be a provider for your entire power solutions. AC to DC, AC in, all the way to DC to DC to get you on board. And then we have DC to DC modules on board as well. So next, Emmy, do you want to go through an example of like a way that we can, suit a specific product?
Okay. Let me first send the message on this slide, Connor. So for this one single system example, electrosurgery, so AE can provide the entire power solutions from the mains socket down to point of loads. So also not mentioned in this slide, we currently have RF generators right now, specific for electrosurgery and pulse field ablation application.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, sorry, it's not changing slide. There we go. Okay, next, just want to take a little bit of a look at the applications that we believe we excel in the industrial market. So it's funny when you say industrial, every company has a different definition of what industrial really means. But for us, we kind of throw everything in the industrial. So if you see some applications in here that you're like, well, that's not industrial. Well, we apologize for that. We kind of throw a lot of different industries within the industrial market here. So first off, starting with lighting and display, we've come up with some really cool architectures within lighting and display where we have remote power feeding lights within anywhere from like a greenhouse to also like a commercial building, like parking lot or commercial warehouse building. Factory automation, there's a lot of different types of applications within factory automation. But some areas that we've served in is 3D printing. Also just any kind of conveyor belt system, feeding different sensors or robotics within a factory. Next is, EV charging. So, whether it be, big fleet type charging or even like commercial charging as well. Grid infrastructure, so solar and green hydrogen. Then it's advanced materials, so, manufacturing glass, silicon carbide, etc. And then even aerospace and defense is a big focus for us. So we have a lot of what we call commercial off-the-shelf products that can serve that, both AC to DC and DC to DC supplies there. We don't have mill standard, but we do have products that are mill standard with external EMI filters. And then finally, test and measurement. Burn-in testing. We have high power systems. As Emmy mentioned, we can go up to 3 megawatts, and then we can even scale that if you need to go higher. But a lot of this like burn-in testing and whatnot requires some high power. So this is a snapshot of some industries that we're focused on within the industrial applications. But once again, we expand beyond this. So, Emmy, do you want to go through another example of how we would serve an industrial application here?
Yes, one of the industrial applications we have dealt in the past is 3D printing. Depending on the technology of the printer, some would use configurable power supplies with different output voltage to power the fans, the computing infrastructure, the standby power, and for driving motors and controllers. And also they would have to get another power supply for bootstrapping their safety circuits. So others would be using high voltage DC-DCs. So again, depending on the technology, there will always be solution to that. So please do reach out to us.
Okay. Well, we wanted to keep it short and sweet, give you an overview of advanced energy as a whole. And obviously we've mentioned this a couple of times, but what we want to leave you with is we consider our acquisitions giving us the capability to have a very broad portfolio to serve a number of markets. So if there's a power supply need, we hope to have a solution or be able to provide a solution for you.